We are in Frostproof, Florida again. Just sitting here in the van while Debbie is in the thrift store in the care center. She's celebrating today because yesterday she went back to the gastrointestinal doctor and got she already had the results of her colonoscopy, but they explained it to her and told her what she could do, and she doesn't have to go back for 5 years. All right. So she celebrated. We went to Dee's place for breakfast, and now we went up, went past Wawa, and we've seen, holy crap, the gas was 375. It went up from 345 yesterday to 375 today. So we came up a little bit further to Avon Park and seen that Murphy's still had it at 345. So we filled up the tank there and got it cheap. Yeah, go figure. 345 for gas is cheap. What's going on? 30 cents in one day. Can you believe that crap? What's going on with this oil crap? That's what happens with the Biden economics, Bidenomics, or whatever you want to call it, the clown world in Washington, D.C. So, there you go. Hey, Curly Express, how you doing? Good to see you in here. Just hanging out here in Frostproof while Debbie's in the thrift store. Ain't got nothing better to do. So I thought I'd just come on here and chat for a little bit, see what everybody else is doing. Complaining about the gas prices. We got it at Murphy's before it went up. Probably when we go on the way back, it'll be higher. Yeah, it is nice and warm. Actually, it's a cool day today. I don't know what the temperature is right now, but it's only supposed to get up to 80 today. This morning when we sat out in the front, it was like 65 degrees, so not too bad. It rained yesterday. It rained for a couple of days. Hey, Bernard, how you doing? Good to see you in here. Hey, Train Freak, how you doing, Jason? Good to see you. From the 45-mile-per-hour sideways snowstorm, oh my goodness, you're having a snowstorm there. My goodness, holy moly! I just looked at the thing on the Facebook memory from 7 years ago when we was in Colorado. Uh, it was snowing. We had almost a foot of snow when we was getting ready to leave to come back to Florida. A couple of days before that, we was at the where we go. We was at Forney Transportation Museum, and day after that was in Denver Zoo. It was like 85 degrees. We was wearing shorts, and then a couple of days later, there you go. It was snowing. So the weather is messed up, still messed up. But enjoying it, enjoying retirement, enjoying the cool weather here in sunny Florida. Let me see if you can get what it looks like out there. Nice blue sky. And we got a railroad a couple of blocks away, and I don't know if they run anything back to these industries back here on Tuesday, but usually when we're up in Lake Wells, we see a lot of activity. That's about 20 miles north of here, and it connects up to CSX up there and runs down parallel to Route 27 and like in the middle of nowhere, all on the back roads. So this line right here used to go all the way down to Sebring, but they cut it off just south of here. There's two distribution centers. One's Ferguson, and the other one's is Lowe's, and they cut off the tracks right after that. But it used to go all the way down to Sebring. But the CSX line goes crosses over 27 over here, goes out towards Fort Meade, and then all up towards Bartow, and then up to Plant City. But we usually get a little bit of activity up here. I caught it a couple of times when we were sitting over here. Just a lot of lumber, and there's a cold storage right a couple of blocks away from here also. So every once in a while, the big activities here in Frostproof. There we go. Oh, the chat's not moving. Okay. Chains and snow tires require. Oh my goodness. Hey. Saying a huge cold snap to hit central U.S. over the next week and so forth. Oh my goodness. Not here in Florida though. I'm glad for that. I'm taking advantage of the cool weather here. We got the front yard finished finally after working on it for about, I'd say, almost 2 months. We had to. It was a mess. The first couple of years we were here, we didn't get to do a lot on it because I started on it, started working on the sprinkler system, digging, and every time I found a new sprinkler head that was leaking, fixed that, got that working, and then on down the line to find another one. So uh, that's what I did the first year until Debbie broke her hip and wrist. So I took care of her, and then last year I got pneumonia, and that just took my energy away from me. I couldn't do anything. So finally, this is the third summer, or the third spring here. So finally get to work in the yard, and tore out a couple of trees. There was two palms out by the street. I had my neighbor's brother cut it down. He did a good job. Only charged me $200 for it, which is pretty good. Bernard heading to northern Nevada. Streamers next week. Well, it's in Kelly, Nevada. Same cars, track, all three locos. It was new. It's same today. All right. Yes, freak, that's been running already. Did you get your locomotive? Oh, yeah, okay. I'm reading the chat here. That's been running it already. Okay, there you go. It's hard reading the chat here on this small screen. There you go. But anyway, uh, it took almost 2 months to get it. We had to tear up everything, got the two palms out, and then I cut two trees out myself, and we had like a little island area in the front. It was like a jungle there. It looked a mess. There was an old flagpole, PVC flagpole, 4-inch PVC that went up, and then it busted off. Above that, they had it reduced down to, I guess, about a 2-inch. So I cut that off and then dug it up. Got the concrete out of it, and it's sitting over on the side. And got the two trees out. There was an old Christmas tree and a palm. Dug out the roots of those, and then just cleared out the whole area. There was two azaleas in there, one big one, one small one. I kept those. And I planted my ponytail palm last fall. Send me a couple of palm trees where I can at least try to feel warm. There you go. We got the nuts. One of the palm trees with all the nuts. I'll send you some of the nuts so you can plant them. If the squirrels didn't eat them all. But they had this big old cluster of nuts on them all the time, and it just fall all over the yard. It's a mess, but finally got that all cleared up. Put in a cherry tree, a maple tree, a rose bush, and a couple other small trees. Moved my bird feeder out there, and bought some stones to put all the way around, about 60 stones to go around the perimeter, and carried out about 8 wheelbarrows of sand and threw that in the back because they had it mounded up really high. I lowered it down a little bit and made it a little bit smaller, and then mulched it up. Uh, we did all this before all the mulch went on sale. Uh, we got it at Home Depot for 3 for $10, and then after getting about 20 bags there, they finally put it on sale at Lowe's for 5 for $10. So we ended up getting, let me see, 25 bags there. So we got almost 50 bags of mulch, and I only got about 8 bags left. So I got to put another layer up. Uh, it's looking good all along the front. Debbie redid the bricks, and we put more bricks in. I cut out a what is it, jasmine bush that kept on growing and growing and growing. I kept on cutting it back. 63 degrees. Hey, you're having a heat wave, Bernard. Let me get down to the bottom here. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of work. Yes, it is. But it's fun. It's something to do. Keeps us busy. We do a couple hours in the morning and a couple hours in the evening. When it gets warm in the afternoon, we sit and watch TV, watch YouTube videos on the TV where it's nice and air conditioned. Our country road department has free mulch. You just have to go and get it. Hey, there you go. When I lived in North Carolina, uh, we wanted to mulch, and we was looking for pine bark mulch. And the guy says, "You're not from around here, are you?" Because they use the pine needles there. When we lived in Cary, North Carolina, I was right outside Raleigh. Hey Reggie, how you doing? Good to see you in here. Just hanging out here in Frostproof while Debbie's in the care center over there. This thing takes up almost the whole block, except for there's a little store at the end. But let me turn this around this way here. Oh, this won't let me turn the camera around. Well, here it is, right there. Oh, there we go. Oops. There we go. So there is right there, and it goes all the way down there. That's the whole store there. I've been in it a couple of times. Here's an old car dealer right there. It's been vacant for I don't know how long. But we got golf cart crossing right here. Big city. Okay, let me prop this back up here and see if I can get this. Uh-oh. Ah! Earthquake! Okay. Yeah, plenty of pine bark in my neck of the woods. Yeah, there you go. Well, we got the shredded hardwood mulch. We got almost 50 bags of it. Okay. Let's get this chat back up here. Tons of loblolly pine in my area. All right. Yeah, when I lived in North Carolina, I had to wear a hard hat when sitting out on the deck because all the pine cones would come down bop you on the head. You know, you get you get bruises, cuts on the top of your head. Cool old area. Yeah, it's a nice area. And last time I was here, I did a live stream. They had 5G here, but I guess that was on the other side of the street. I guess I'm blocked a little bit because I'm on this side of the street right here. But go figure, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, and they got better cell service than Sebring does. Hey, Chasco, how you doing? Good to see you in here. And Bernard, no Arduino projects in the works. I've been taking a break from Arduino. Uh, I've been doing some laser cut wood kits, but since it's nice and cool for the past couple of months, I've been working outside, so not really doing anything model railroad wise right now. Uh, Probably in the next couple of weeks it'll start getting warmer and I'll start heading back in the house and start working on the layout again, working on some more wood kits. I still got about 15 kits to put together. I keep buying them and they keep stacking up on the shelf. So I can't help myself when I go to train shows. Oh, I don't have that one. I got to get it. But I gotta. My whole second level is gonna probably be all buildings because I got so many buildings. I just need a place to put them. I might do a whole shelf with nothing but buildings. Maybe I'll do it that way. Put a whole third level up on there with nothing but city. Or maybe in the center, I'll put a big city in there with a lot of buildings in there. That might work out there. 76 here today, 83 by Wednesday. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's only going up to 80. It's going to be in the 80s all week here, so it's still pretty cool. I just finished up the wood kit last week, Blair Line wooden trestle. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. I'll have to. You got a video on that? I haven't been watching that many videos lately. I get it on the TV, but I can't comment on the TV. I finally figured out how to like it, but they still don't let you comment. I have to go on a cell phone to comment. But I have to catch up on going on the computer and on the cell phone and watching the videos. I've been lazy doing it on the TV. Uh, but anyway, we we had to tear up everything in the front because it was nothing but weeds. Because we've been neglecting it for the past couple of years since we've been here. I have to get things done when weather permits. Ran my spring rake. Okay. I'm still 3D printing my building. I saw that. That is a nice looking building. It came out past Sunday now. I just need to do some plaster work to get it set up and not held to the track with clamps. Okay. There. All right. I'm going to have to check out that video. All right. But anyway, in the front, nothing but weeds. And we bought a lot of plants. A lot of plants. Because what they had here before was just wildflowers, and it just they had them everywhere. We had to keep on pulling it out because every time it rained, it would go down over on the sidewalk. So we finally got that finished. I'm working on the side of the house now. Put in a couple of plants there, put some bricks along, cleared out by the air conditioning unit. Now I got to get some little pavers so I could mount the trash cans on there. Tore out cut back a bush that was right by our sprinkler pump, and I'm in the process of digging out the roots. Later on this afternoon, I'll finish digging it out. I dug the hole like Saturday Saturday evening, and then it started raining, and it was raining Sunday, and it rained Monday. So we'll get to it again this afternoon. Finish digging that out, cutting the roots out. I mean, this root ball was like this on the bottom of it, and it's all it is just really a hedge, but it's annoying. It just grows wild. It's just it, the stuff that these people planted here before we moved in was amazing. they they planted trees up on top of the sprinkler heads and stuff like that. I still found two new sprinklers. Well, not heads, but I found a broken line all the way in the back of the backyard. When I finally fixed one that I ran over last year that was close to the house with the lawnmower, I finally fixed that. When I got it working in the back, way in the back, I seen the water gushing up everywhere. So I had to dig that up and find out where that was. And they had half, 3/4 inch hose, and then they went to PVC. Weird how they do this stuff here. So I put a sprinkler head back there. I got a 1/2 inch pipe coming up behind the root ball that I had knocked out when I first moved here. We had 19 19 pine trees all clustered together in the back of the backyard. Hey, Dundas Junction, how you doing? Good to see you in here. Just hanging out here while Debbie's in the thrift store in Frostproof, Florida. Ain't got nothing better to do. But it's about 3 foot off the ground, and I never knew it was there until they cut down that cluster of trees, and there was this sprinkler head, the kind that is in the golf course, goes. Well, I took that off, capped it off, and I'll put a new one on there as soon as I can find one that has the fitting on the bottom. So that's all the sprinkler stuff that I got to do. And what else? Oh yeah, the first year they got the washing machine in a garage, and the drain goes out underneath the back porch. But there was like a 35-gallon plastic drum in the ground that they used to collect the water, and I guess it got plugged up, so they capped it off and didn't glue any of the PVC on it. Just ran it up to the surface and ran like a 2-inch PVC out, and put rocks everywhere. So I got to dig that back up. I had it exposed before I had the top of the blue barrel. I'm going to have to open it up and see if I could clean it out. Impacts. All right. Okay. For lunch. See you later, Jason. Too cold to start. Mine's starting water is still solid. Oh my goodness, still cold there. Yeah, I remember when I lived up in Maryland. I had a koi pond, and I had to make it like 3 foot deep, and because it would freeze over the winter. But I kept the pump running, and I had like a lower pond and an upper pond, and it would just trickle down. But it had about that much ice in it. But the koi still lived, and goldfish still lived, and had a problem with the blue heron. Blue heron is the state bird in Maryland, and you can't do nothing with them. But they kept on eating my koi. and come out there. So I tried everything. I bought this alligator head and put it in the pond. Well, that didn't work. I guess they weren't used to any alligators. They didn't see any alligators in Maryland, so they didn't know that they were supposed to be afraid of it. So I got a picture somewhere of a duck landing right on top of the alligator head. That I I I got to find a place in the backyard to put another hole for another koi pond. And the one place that I found that would be ideal, I cleared out a little bit right in that area, and I just moved the grass around a little bit, and there's a tree stump there. And I got to dig that tree stump out before I did it. Got a hold of Steve Childress, and he sent me some information on stuff, places to buy the koi stuff. Uh, and nothing close by. Everything's on the coast, so everything's 2 hours away. So that's my next project after I get finished with doing the yard. Okay, here's all right. So Debbie let me know that she had to sit down. She usually does every once in a while whenever she's shopping because she can't stand on her feet and walk too far. But anyway, yeah, I want to put a koi pond in the backyard because I miss my koi. I had a really nice one when I lived in Maryland. So that's that's in the future, but probably not until next year because I got to save my money so I can make it back to Maryland this fall. We want to go to Timonium again for October and go up there and see my kids. Oops. Oh, man. Ah! Another earthquake. I'm having a hard time with this. It's a shame that Uh-oh. Come on. I keep losing the chat. ATF doesn't like people to have dynamite anymore. Makes short work of bringing your neighbors closer to. There you go. Yeah, when I was in the Air Force, I dated this girl that she lived out on the lake. They just put a dam on the Rio Grande to create Lake Amistad, and they had her mom owned the property in right at Box Canyon, and when the lake filled up, when it was up to level, they they had waterfront property, but the house was up on stilts, and they had refrigerators down underneath, and the refrigerator was filled with dynamite. I said, "Holy shit! you want me to sleep in this place when you got dynamite right underneath me?" But that was back in the '70s. That's when they didn't care too much about it. But I know what you mean. I need to dig out those stumps because oh, see you later, Reggie. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I got to dig a deep hole, so it shouldn't be too bad. I got to figure out. I got to ask Steve how deep you got to go here in Florida. The only reason I went 3 foot when I was in Maryland is because of the cold weather. But I'm not sure if you have to go that deep. Most of the ones that I've seen were like two. They talk about 2 feet, so that's not too bad. But I want to do the same thing, go down, and then whatever I dig out, uh, put put that up. And hey, Kyle, how you doing? Good to see you in here. We're chatting in Frostproof while Debbie is in over here in the care center. Oh, there's Highlands Hotel up on the second floor. There's a small door with a stairway going upstairs right here. That's a Highlands Hotel. Okay. But anyway, the dirt that I dig out, I make a higher elevation for another pond so I can have a little waterfall there. So we could sit out on the back porch and listen to the water. I always liked that when I lived in Maryland because, you know, I had it, it grew up. I had it for about 4 years before we moved, and, you know, and it grew up really, really nice. All the plants around it, it looked really good. So I want to get back to that in my old age before, while I still have the energy to do it. Getting a little bit older and getting harder to do anything. You know, I can only work, you know, 1 or 2 hours in the morning and 1 or 2 hours in the evening when it's cool. So the summertime, you could forget about it. That's when I go inside and work on the railroad. So this time of year is outside time. So that's why I haven't been working on the railroad. But I like to get back to that pond. I like it. The only thing is, we have to go like 2 hours to get some koi. I mean, they might have some at PetSmart or something like that. I don't think they got koi. They got goldfish. But I had a lot of. When I lived in Maryland, in Glen Burnie, they had House of Tropicals, and they had koi, they had goldfish, they had saltwater fish. They had everything there. It was a really, really nice place. In fact, it's still there. But they would, whenever you got fish, they would take the bag and shoot oxygen into it. So I hope they do that down here to keep the fish going, because whenever I get them, I'd have to drive 2 hours unless they have them at PetSmart. But I doubt that they would have koi. I know they got goldfish there, but I had fantail goldfish. I had some black goldfish. They really, really look good. Not afternoon. Oh, what time is it? It's afternoon here. Oh, you're still in the later time. Eastern time is afternoon. Central time is still in the morning, isn't it? Yeah, Central time, and then Mountain time is even earlier than that. You're still early in the morning. So, nerd bird problems where you're at. Now, are you standing guard with your scatter gun? 11 o'clock in the afternoon to me. There you go. Well, we got birds. I have bird feeder outside, so. But we got sand cranes, and we got egrets, and there's the other ones that look like egrets, but they have the curved beak. But they only go after the real small fish. I don't think they go after the bigger fish. We got some herons here, but I'll have to keep an eye on that. I'll have to chase them away. Maybe I'll put an alligator head in there so to keep them away. They know what alligators are down here. It's 11:36. Oh, okay. That must mean it's 12:36 here. Oh, there you go. Yeah. 9:38. Holy cow, Bernard. It's early in the morning there. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. All right. So, yeah, but I love my fish. I love to eat them. Debbie don't like to eat fish. So we don't go to any seafood restaurants. She likes fish fish strips. She was like when we lived in Annapolis, we had fresh seafood all the time, and my kids wanted Vandy camps. But anyway, Dundas Junction, 1238. There you go. All right, there's somebody coming out here with a bunch of lumber. They must be doing some remodeling in that part of the thing down there. He just took it out the back. But this is a pretty good size thrift store, and I guess today they have a good sale because there's a lot of people here. I have a nice pond, and I never had fish in it, but frogs on there. Used to grow elephant ears. It used to really nice, but my pond got overgrown last year. Yeah, I had the the black elephant ears, and I had a lot of water hyacinth, and the water hyacinth I only got it to bloom one time, but they looked really nice. I'll have to. I think I got a video of it on my other YouTube channel on Boring Family Videos. But I had a lot of water plants in there. It looked really nice. I used to get an acarus every year and just get bundles and bundles of it at the House of Tropicals and just throw it in there, and that helps filter out the water. And the water hyacinth up on the second level, they have their roots. The water hyacinth, it's like a bulb, and then the roots go down and it filters all the water, and it works really well, cleaning up the water. And I had the 3-stage filter in the pond. I had to pull it out every month to clean it out. And then I had a UV filter right before, right at the discharge up on the second level. So I kept it pretty good. And in the springtime, I'd get all the sludge. I'd have to clean up all the sludge that collected up on the second level. And I'd drain out the second level, the upper level, and clean out the sludge in there, and you'd see all the frogs buried in the sludge, hibernating in there. Okay, Kyle, off to work. See ya. Thanks for stopping in. Hey, there's Bill's Fusion. It's gardening season for sure. Planting me, but in chair 4 weeks ago, have noticeably grown. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in here. All right. My grandparents used chicken wire and night light to keep the raccoons out. Yeah, I had a nylon net, black nylon net, and I had it over top of the pond for a while, and until a small bird got stuck in it, and then I tore it out because I couldn't see tearing up the small bird. Love our bass, but like fresh caught salmon and halibut, need to get back up in the brothers in Alaska and ride the whole railroad this time. There you go. If you ever go up there, go up to Kvichak Bay. It's near at the this part of the Alaska, all them islands there, right at Bristol Bay, and inside Bristol Bay is Kvichak Bay, and then there's a town, Kvichak. Never knew about it until my dad showed it to me on the map, and then I looked it up when we had internet. And there's a boat company in I think in Seattle that makes a boat called Kvichak, but they call it Kvichak. They pronounce it Kvichak. I guess that's the Eskimo way of saying it. It's an old Russian name, I guess. I don't know for sure. Oh, holy moly! I keep dropping the phone. Hey, DJ Express, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Just chatting here while Debbie's in the thrift store. We're in Frostproof, Florida, talking about outside stuff, kois and ponds and stuff like that. So I miss my pond. I want to build another one in the backyard, and probably next year I'll save up some money because the liner probably going to cost me about 150 bucks. The pump and the filter is probably going to that's going to be the biggest expense. That's going to be about 600 or 700 bucks. But the fun of it is digging a hole, planning it out, planting everything around it, and then watching everything grow around it, and then put some fish in there and watch them get big, and then watch the birds eat them, and I watch the frogs in the area. We got a lot of tree frogs now, but maybe the turtles will start coming over because we got a well, we where I live, there's lakes everywhere around here and little streams in between the lakes, and we stop and watch the turtles. We can see them from the road when they're sunning themselves. That's the highlight here in Sebring. There's nothing to do here in Sebring, so we stop and watch the turtles. Lots of fun. Yeah, my daughter says she's going to come down in July if she can find a cheap enough flight. And I says, well, there's nothing to do here. I could take you out to breakfast and I could take you out to dinner and we could watch the grass grow or sit out by the lake, and that's about it. that's all the excitement there is in Sebring, unless you come during when they're having a race. They have races here. They just had the earlier this month, or when was it? Yeah, last month. They had the races, the 24-hour Sebring deal. Don't want to drop the phone. You might get demonetized. There you go. No planting here in Wisconsin. 10. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I heard it was snowing up there, huh? Is that what you were saying that last night, or somebody was saying that last night? It was snowing up in Wisconsin or Michigan, somewhere up there. Holy moly! And to think, it's a nice cool day here. It's only getting up to 80 degrees. So I've been on here almost 45 minutes. My voice is starting to go, and Debbie is getting ready to come out. So I'm going to call it a day. I want to thank you all for stopping by. Thank you for listening to me talking about outside and the koi pond and all that other stuff. I really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, smash that like button, and we'll see you again next time. So bye bye.